everyone, and welcome back to Scrapbooking at Monica's Place. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but I've had a really great and busy summer. My son got married 2 weeks ago, and I've been busy with yard work. I've been doing a whole lot of reading. This is the third book I read this summer, The Crowning Glory of Callie Lily Ponder, and it's a really good, easy read if you're looking for a light read. And now I'm reading The Wild Water Walking Club, and I hope it inspires me to do some walking, so I'm halfway through that one. But I've also been busy adding to my Etsy shop, and I've been creating a lot of mini books. So in this episode, I'm going to show you how to use some of the ideas I've used to create your own mini books, so please stay tuned. Welcome to my scrap room. So before I get started showing you any mini books, I want to show you some things that I did that perhaps might help you getting more organized when you're preparing to do mini books. Oftentimes we see videos about mini books, but nobody shows how the preparation on getting ready to do the mini book, how that works. So for me, I first had my tool caddy thing. I got this at Michael's. You've seen them all over, you know, the ones that have the pockets on the sides and everything. And when I first had it, I literally dumped everything in here. So when I was working, half the time I'd spend my time digging through my tool caddy looking for certain things. And then I thought, you know what? Let's just go back to the good old Ziploc bags. So all of my inks that I use regularly are in here. All of my adhesives I have in here, and then when I run out of like the little foam, these foam things, I just refill this little thing from my stash of stuff. And glue sticks, 2-way glue pens, everything. In here, just simple pencils and pens. And this little, I can already tell if something's in the wrong place because I have a home for my Sharpies, and I'll show you in a minute. So I've got those. These are for the longer Sharpies, like the regular size Sharpie pens. Put them in here. So they're easy to just grab at when you want to do some journaling in a variety of colors. In here I have my black and white journal markers. They're all just black and white. The Stampin' Up! Markers for watercoloring. The Staedtler, again, they're for journaling, another set of markers. My punches sit on that edge. My watercolor tools, I have the aqua brushes and blender pens in here. Again, easy to reach. Acrylic blocks. I'm using acrylic stamps. This is actually all my styluses in here. This is one of those color box chalk markers. It just sits right upright in here. This is the one I call just my other tools. So I know I've got my Stamp-A-Majig, this date marker, because if I'm doing art journaling, I want to date it. A needle nose pliers, eraser, stapler remover, all that kind of stuff that you're just wondering where should I put it. Staples and sandpaper, and some more adhesive squares because I always go through these like crazy, so they're all in here. On the sides I have the longer tools, like I have the stipple brush I like to use, scissors, this quicker picker-upper thing if you're using tiny die cuts, my bone folder, metal ruler. On the side here, on this zip pocket, I have some punches, border punches, and there's also this one I like to use a lot, so I keep those on the side. And my corner rounder punch is another one that I like to keep in here. And I also like to keep my paper piercer in here, stuck in here, just because it's safer if it's out of reach. On this side I have a metal ring, which I've attached to it all the little tiny little Sharpies, and so I know that little lime green one that I found goes right here, so I'll put that back in its right place. I also have on another hook the little cutter bee bugs that help to make faux stitch lines or little mini perforations on cards. One's got a double one and one is a single one, and again I just keep them here on a little ring. and specific tools that I know go exactly. For example, I know if I dig in here, it's going to be my chalk eraser and my adhesive remover, because I always leave them in that pocket. So it just makes for building your scrapbook pages or your mini books or card making just a lot easier when you don't have to hunt around for all this stuff. And in the very bottom there's a pull-out tray, and I keep my thick Sharpies in there. So I don't tend to use those as much, so that's why I keep them in there. So that's how I organize my toolbox. And the last thing that I just lay on top of here if I'm going for a crop is all my scissors are in here. And my knife blade. So I keep that in this pencil case here. And then when it's time to go somewhere, it's all in this handy dandy case. While I was on the Ziploc kick, I decided to go through my ribbons. While I prefer throwing them all in this basket, as I mentioned in a previous episode, I was finding that I was still having to dig through for colors. So I had my little grandson help me, little short pieces. I put just in a simple baggie by themselves. In a second, I can go through here and just pull out ribbon to coordinate with any project. This might look like a big unorganized mess to you, but it is not, and I'll show you why. I have been making for my little grandson's alphabet mini books, and this was for my oldest grandson. And instead of just putting pictures in sequential chronological order, I just took random shots. So I just said his little ABC book, and A was for his birth announcement, B was for his birthday, and so on. C, D, E was for his beautiful brown eyes, D for daddy. And it's a 6x6 book, and each page is done in the plastic cases, and there was a reason for that, because this is a book for when he comes here. He looks through it himself, so to keep his little sticky fingers from protecting the pages, that's why I did it right into the little mini book. He absolutely loves looking through this book, and I love that I've got all these different random memories of him. So kitchen helper, when we went to the lake, and so on and so forth. So I got ready to do one for my second grandson. And I thought, okay, I'm going to get this a little bit more organized, because we are expecting our fourth grandson. So it has all these really cute little football, baseball. He loves any kind of baseball, football, of any kind. And this page sold me with all the little bouncing balls on it. It's called Little Man by Cosmo Cricket. Here is the front page, and it comes with some die cuts and stickers and stuff. So once I got this, I decided before I even began his mini book, I was going to take the paper kit around with me. So I took this sheet, you know, that they have on the front with all the samples, and I went around first to my ribbon bin, pulled out all the ribbons that would coordinate with this kit. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to use them all, but they all kind of go. Only thing missing here is some orange ribbon, which I should throw in here. Then I went through my buttons, and the same thing. I coordinated all the buttons that would go with this kit. So there's all kinds of buttons, but you can see they all go. And I put them in this little jar I had. And I went on to do that with all my embellishments. I just find that when someone says, do you want to come over and scrapbook, or do you want to crop? When you tend to have a lot of things to pack, you kind of sigh and say, oh, I'd like to work on that mini book, but I just don't want to bring my scrapbook room with me. Well, I don't have to anymore. Literally, this is all the stuff that comes with me. I take my embellishment pack, put it in a bag, take my paper pack, put it in a bag, put my mini book in the bag, and my toolkit, and I'm ready to go.